Hello and welcome. In today's video, I will walk you through how to scan for open ports and identify potential vulnerabilities on a target machine. And we're going to use Nmap, which is a powerful open source network scanning tool commonly used in cybersecurity for network discovery. We'll be doing this scan on Metasploitable 2, which is a vulnerable machine designed for learning and testing. By using Nmap, we can uncover critical information about exposed services, detect potential weaknesses, and learn how attackers might target systems. Before we proceed, I'm going to very quick show you how to use Nmap. Nmap comes pre-installed with Kali Linux. So the way we use it is to just enter Nmap, and we need to specify an IP address or a domain that we're going to perform the scan against. So I'm going to use the IP address of my Metasploitable machine, and in the next phases I will walk you through how to actually find the IP address. But for now, we are specifying that we're going to use Nmap, and we need to specify the IP address or domain that we're performing the scan against. Now, let's say that I'm not sure about the IP address of my Metasploitable machine, which could easily be the case for a real attacker. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to type in IP-add. This shows the IP address of my machine. So for me, it's going to be this address down here. What's important here is the /24. This means that 24 bits of the address is reserved for the network and the remaining 8 bits is for the host part. So I'm going to use this with Nmap to perform a host discovery to see what kind of devices Nmap can find on this particular network. So for this, I'm going to type sudo nmap-sn. Then the reserved part of the address is going to be 192.168.208, and the remaining are for the host part. So we're going to enter 0 here, and with the /24 for it to look for all the active devices on this network. After some time, when the scan is completed, we can now see the different MAC addresses with the respective IP addresses. So I know now that this is the IP address of the Metasploitable machine. If I didn't know that, I would just perform a basic Nmap scan against the different types of IPs that are shown in the results, and then I would go from there. But I'm not going to use too much time on that. So now we have the IP address for the Metasploitable machine. And with that IP, we can now perform our first basic Nmap scan. So now the basic scan has completed, and we can now see the results. It here in the port column shows all the different ports, which protocol is running, so TCP for all of these, and the state just basically says that it's open, and which service is running on each different port. So for port 21, we can see that it's running FTP, for 22 SSH. This gives us some good information about what is running on each port, but to take it even further, let's add something to our command. Let's add -sv and then the IP address. When this scan has completed, we can now see that another column is added called version, which is showing which application is running on the port and also which version. So that's if it is able to identify it. So it doesn't happen all the time, but we can see in multiple instances we have the versions and the applications, and this gives us a lot more to work with in order to perform an attack, as there are many known vulnerabilities that are publicly known and that attackers are using and targeting specific vulnerabilities.